Yo, 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 YouTube. It's time for another sales day video. Got some good stuff here today. Sales have been pretty good lately, even with the holiday season coming up. This is a chunk from yesterday. Got a few done last night, but I was busy with some other things, so the rest of them are going to go today. But first, before we jump into that, on the last live stream episode, we talked about inventory control, and we came up with some really good ideas. One of the users said that she team bags as she's listing. So she'll list, 50 cards, whatever, put them in a team bag, and then notes on the team bag what those cards are. So it just saves you time from having to file everything into specific files, yet it keeps it organized. And then Charlie had suggested that you just use the date as your custom queue. So when I list the item on eBay, you have a custom queue field. You'd simply put on there, and in the case of how I'm going to do it, just put the date, 12/7/23, which happened to be yesterday. And then when an item sells, it tells you what bag to pull it out of. Now, I did already have an item sell out of these listed, and I can show you that when we get that far. But I'm going to try it out. I think it's a good idea. I'm still going to use my drawers, probably still sort some stuff by player, just because it's easier for me that way. And a lot of times it's multiple sales of the same player. But we'll see. I'm going to try this. Anything I can do to increase my organization, I'm at pretty much my halfway mark to my maximum listings in this account. So it's, as you grow, things get more complicated for filing and trying to find and pick cards in a timely fashion. So I liked it. I tried it yesterday. It made a lot of sense for me. It was easy. I did some sell similars, so it would copy that custom queue field to the next listing, and it just made it really easy. So I'll update you all when I know. Now, I listed enough that I filled a bag. So this is 12/7/23 and started another one. So this is 12/7/23 in 2 in parentheses, and that's literally how I put it on my custom queue. So, or SKU, excuse me. So that should be pretty simple to follow. So today when I list cards, always have tons of stuff to list. I will label it 12/8/23, and if I get more than one bag, then I'll do 12/8/23 parentheses 2 parentheses 3, however many I need when I'm listing that day. Most days it should only be 2 bags, maybe 3. All right, let's get into some sales. So the first one here is a card I picked up out of a quarter box at the Madison Card Show. This is a Charles Woodson 2012 Topps Chrome Refractor, and I got $6 for that one. And then our next sale is a vintage. This is a 1958 Topps Jack McLaren, I believe is how you pronounce that. And I got $4 for that. The buyer had asked that I put it in a brand new top load and don't put any tape on it. So I like it when I get instructions like that from a buyer, because it's pretty easy for me to follow. I have plenty of new top loads. I will meet his request, and I won't put any tape on it, and we'll ship it out. So it should be exactly the way, you should be able to receive it exactly the way as he requested. Okay, then the next one is a vintage player, but a modern card. This is a 2001 Upper Deck Legends Roger Staubach. So I buy a lot of this kind of stuff. You can find it really cheap in boxes. Terry Bradshaw, Roger Staubach, Bart Starr around here I don't really find because I'm in Packer country, but those kind of old school, legend quarterbacks are cards you want to buy. Consequently, with baseball, it would be, Mantle, Ruth, maybe Cobb, stuff like that. Jackie Robinson. Same with hockey, you do Gordie Howe, Gretzky, that kind of stuff. So anyway, so I picked this one up. I'm sure I didn't pay much for it. I don't remember exactly what I paid, but it was probably somewhere between 10 and 20 cents. I got $3.99 for it. Okay, next is one that I've been selling a lot of. It hits the algorithm, and I had quantity. And this is a 2018 gold standard Aaron Rodgers base card. And I This came in that huge box that I bought of all those base cards. I paid 8 cents a piece when you split it all out. I got $2.99 for this card. Been selling a lot of those. The one thing I really liked about that box was, first of all, it was cheap. 8 cents a card for Aaron Rodgers cards is a good deal. But almost all the brands were higher end brands, and they were all organized. They were organized by year. Everything was in stacks. Super easy to list. I listed quantity. It's like 2,000 cards, but there were 30, 40 copies of each one, so it didn't take up a lot of listings. It's a great product to buy and resell. All right, the next, I sold a WWE card, which is pretty rare. I don't buy very many of them, and I don't sell very many of them. But anyway, I sold this Randy Orton red, white, and blue Prism from 22 Prism WWE. I think I pulled this out of a pack. This was when blasters started going crazy. This was a hot product when it came out, and I think this was the first blaster that came out at like 35 bucks, and it was like $35 for a blaster. But I bought it anyway because it was kind of the first WWE Prism product, and I thought, in 2021, 22, whenever this came out, you couldn't even find stuff on the shelves still, so I bought it. Haven't done a whole lot with it, but I did get $4 for this card, so I'm happy to sell that one and ship that out. All right, next is a 1986 Topps card. I buy a chunk of these at a time. Obviously, you don't get the Rice and stuff like that, but there's good name players in there. It's a classic set. Everybody knows 1986 Topps. There's a lot of good players in those years. The inserts or the subsets, I should say, are pretty cool. There's some decent rookies in it. And anyway, I sold this Matsui Bears card for $1.89. Okay, then next, I had someone take advantage of one of my coupons I just sent, and they bought 11 cards, and they're all Barry Sanders and Emmitt Smith. So I've got this 91 Pro Set Platinum Barry. This is a 94 Topps Barry Sanders. This, I think, is 96 Topps, 1,000-yard rusher. And that's Barry as well. Here's the 94 Topps League Leader Emmitt. 95 Stadium Club Barry. So a bunch of base cards, which is awesome. That's what those coupons are really good for. 94 Topps Barry Sanders. 93 Playoff Barry, and this is the Ground Attack. It's not an insert or anything, it's just a subset. Really cool looking cards though. A couple of 97 Barry scores, but they're the Hobby Reserve version. So it's got that little gold seal on it. A 96 Fleer Barry Sanders, and another one of those 93 Playoff Ground Attacks, the Emmitt Smith. So that was a $25.39 sale. It's not too bad. All right, next we have a Brett Favre card. This is a 1996 Skybox Premium MVP insert, and I got $3 for that. I have a big stack of those, so I was happy to get a sale. They were a hot seller for a period of time, so I went out and bought a whole ton of them, and then they kind of sat for a while, which that happens. I'm finding that same thing with the Proline Favre card, where he's got the gun and the deer in the background. I sold a ton of those back in the day. Then I bought a bunch. They kind of sat, and now they've been getting. I got a sale on one, and that's all it takes to kick it off. And then now I've sold a whole bunch. Some more Santa cards. These of course have been a big win for me. Got this Topps one with the helmet. This Proline one where it's got Emmitt and Drew Bledsoe on there, and then this off-season Santa one with Troy Aikman. I got $6.50 for the three of those. Stack is dwindling. I'm trying to see if I can get those all sold before the holiday. I don't really want to. I have a couple left. I'm sure I'll have a couple left after Christmas. That's fine, but I'm really want to get the push and try to get as many of those out while it's still the holiday season. This I got out of a quarter box at the Madison show. You might have seen it in my pickups video. But I found a 101 card in a quarter box. Yes, it's just a printing plate. Don't care. Finding a 101 in a quarter box is very rare occurrence. First time ever for me. So this is the black plate. So it is a 1 of 1. Technically, there will be 3 plates. There'll be like a red plate and a yellow plate. But it's of Santonio Holmes. So not the greatest player, but not the worst either. And like I said, it is a 1 of 1. You're going to find somebody that will pay more than a quarter for that. I got $13 for that. I was pretty happy with that. All right, and then the Joe Burrow that I've been selling all the copies of. I had a lot of copies of it. Now I just got it cleaned out. Somebody bought the rest of them. I had one that had a slight crease in it. You can see there off to the side. It's on this side here. You can see the little crease there. So I bought that one and then bought my last 3 clean copies as well. So I got $2 for the one with the crease, and I got $9 for the other 3, so $11 essentially for those 4 cards, and then I'm officially out of Illusions base Joe Burrow cards. Very interesting. Okay, then we've got another Santa Claus sale. 3 more cards. Got this, oops, not that one. Got this, another one of the Santas with the helmet. So it's funny, when I first listed these, I didn't sell any of these. Now lately, those have been the bigger seller. So it's algorithm is weird how the sales continue. Anyway, here's an edge card where it's Santa decorating the tree, and then a 95 Pacific, where it's kind of the classic cartoon Santa. And those 3 sold for $6. Those weren't my bigger sellers, so I took $2 a piece on them. Sell 3, ship them together. It's pretty much pure profit. Okay, then I've got a couple of Charles Woodson cards that sold to a buyer. First one is a Chronicles Illusion from 2023. Cool looking card. I think I picked this up out of a nickel or a quarter box, dime box, I don't know, something like that. Once in a while I buy Charles Woodson. There's some buyers out there for it. And then there's this draft pick, and that's from 2015. He wasn't a rookie that year or anything, but they threw some classic legend players in, of course, with that. So I got $1.89 for each of those, which again, when you're only paying like 5 cents, 10 cents, that's pretty good return. Ship them together, of course, save a lot of money that way. All right, then there is one card that I have to locate yet, so I didn't pull that one. So we won't go over that one, but I did get a nice baseball card order. 15 cards, most of them are Sports Illustrated for kids. So I've got this Matt Williams, a Wade Boggs, Larry Walker, Roger Clemens, Mike Piazza, and then a couple of not Sports Illustrated for Kids cards sold too. This Gallery Printer's Proof, Roger Clemens. I think I know where I bought that one from because I bought a few different Printer's Proofs and they were all from the same table. I was at a show in Oshkosh this summer and I think I paid 20 cents for it. So not bad considering I got, what did I get for that one? $2.99. Another copy of that Roger Clemens Sports Illustrated for Kids. This Roger Clemens. Then I sold one of the comic ball cards that I picked up at the National for 2 cents. Again, some of these have sat for a bit. Now I sold 2 in the last 2 days. I bought this the other day. I thought I was taking a chance on it. Or maybe I got this in one of my baseball lots, but I thought it was interesting because it's basically a copy of Don Mattingly's 84 Topps rookie, but it's just like an ad card. But I know there's so many people that love that card, that classic Don Mattingly card, that I figured I could get a buyer, and I did. Another Roger Clemens, Tom Glavine, another Piazza, another Larry Walker it's from the same year of Sports Illustrated for Kids, but it's a different card. I don't know why they made 2 cards of them in that year. Must have been smashing it, so they put them out twice. And then an Ellis Burks. So pretty nice order, $40.85. This hit my 50% coupon. of buying 10 cards or more. So they got them for $22.33. And I will put these in two card savers. It's more than my 12 that I would normally put in card savers, but this is about as thin as you can get on a card, is these little paper thin Sports Illustrated for Kids cards. So they will fit, all 15 of those will fit in a two card saver envelope. So that's good news. All right, moving on. We've got another Favre base, a 2002 Heritage. Again, these have been hot. I've been selling one or two of these a day. Had a decent quantity of them. I think I'm down to 10. Um, stocking quantity is a smart move. $1.99 on that one. Okay, then I've got a Travis Kelce, of course. Seems like there's a Kelce sale every day now, with him being so hyped in the media. His girlfriend, of course, just got named Person of the Year, so there's that. The 20-17 Absolute, and this is $1.99. Okay, and then we got a non-sport card. I just got a page down. This is a Daredevil movie promo card. You can see it's got the braille on the bottom, which is kind of cool. It's not actual braille; it's just printed on there, but it looks cool anyway. And then this is the back. You can see it's a promo card. I think it says P1. It says P1 up here. It's got Jennifer Garner on it. So anyway, I got a few of these. This is the first one of those that I've sold. I got $3.50 for it. Pretty happy with that. Then I got a really cool card that I just picked up at the card shop. So I finally dug through some vintage boxes, and some of the cards were priced pretty well. So I picked up a bunch of stuff. I like to do a local buy once in a while, especially if I can't get out to a show for a little while, which I don't have a show until next weekend. And I picked up this 1972 Mean Joe Green. You can see the price sticker on it is $2. I get 10% off. I normally would want more than that off on a sticker price, but card shops have extra expenses, so I take my 10%. So I paid $1.80, let's say, for this card. I sold it for $7.99. So you can buy stuff without large bulk discounts if you're buying the right cards, and there's a good market for them. Okay, then I have 3 Favre cards that sold. One sold at auction for 99 cents. This 2008 Masterpieces. And then the buyer also bought, for $1.49, bought a playoff, 93 playoff card. And for $1.29, bought a 93 Pinnacle card. I should have raised this price. Must have missed this one. But at least they bought 3 cards. So at $1.29, they still make a decent profit. Okay. Then we've got another Packer card here. We've got a Randall Cobb Red Wave Prism. And this card is numbered to 149. I don't know if you can see that on there, but it's numbered out of 149. And I got this in a collection that I bought, so I don't have anything into it. I already got my money back on that. And I got $2.50 for it. So not a huge price, but not a big name that sells either, so I was happy to find a buyer and move it. Not a card I would buy. Like if I found that in a quarter box, I don't know even though it's numbered, I don't know that I would pick it up. So, okay, next is a Metal Universe. This is from 2022, and it's a MMA fighter. Name is Anthony Pettis. Don't know who it is, but it did sell $1.99. Love my Metal Universe stuff, as you guys know. All right, another vintage. We've got a 1974, I think it is. Yeah, 1974. Another Packer player. This is Bob Brown. And I sold this one for $2.99. I think this was back when I was buying like mainly Packer vintage. It's kind of how I tested the vintage market a few years ago, and did well on them. So I obviously have expanded out since. It's in decent shape, nice looking card. I'm sure I got this for a quarter because I was buying them. I should have bought more of those cards at that time, but vintage was not the hyped thing, and so I was just getting into it. So I selected some cards at a quarter a piece. Next, I sold another Garfield card. I had 2 of these. Again, the algorithm hit. I sold one. This one sold pretty much immediately afterwards. I got $1.99 for this. I bought this out of one of Bo's quarter boxes down at the National, or not at the National, excuse me, at the Madison card show. And I did get a bulk deal, so I'm guessing I paid somewhere around 20 cents for it. So not a bad flip there. Then we've got a Ja Morant. So this is a playbook Ja Morant. It's got this nice cracked ice parallel to it. Diamond. Is this the Diamond collection or something? I don't know. So it's got the 75 years NBA thing up here. But I got $4 for this. And I think I got this at the National with a bunch of basketball parallels for like 30 cents a piece. So decent flip there. This one, my buddy picked out for me at the Appleton show. I told him to dig through some basketball boxes and just pick out some, names that he knew, and he bought some he threw some Pippen stuff out. I don't really buy a lot of Pippins, so I was kind of like, well, take a shot. I think these were like 10 cents or 15 cents. But turns out, got a sale on it, $2.50. Not everything you think will sell sells, and not everything you are sure doesn't sell could sell. So um, sometimes it's just good to have somebody else dig through and maybe use their eyes to see what catches it, and take a chance on it, see if you can find a buyer. Next is one of the cards I just listed yesterday from Sports Illustrated for Kids. This is Dana Retke. This was sitting in my to be listed Nationals box. I don't think I got this at the Nationals. I had a bunch of Sports Illustrated for Kids. So I'm guessing I just kind of stuck them in there to get them out of the way, but I decided to grab those. They're more modern. These are from 2022, I believe. But anyway, this sold for $2.99. Volleyball player for Wisconsin Badgers in Madison. Okay, next one is a CD Lamb. So again, something that I buy randomly when they're cheap is these pink camos and the camouflage inserts. They do pretty well. And I got $3.99 for this one. He's playing really well. Cowboys look good. So great time to move CD Lamb stuff. Then I've got a Merino insert card. This is For the Ages out of Legacy Football, and I think that came in one of my big football lots that I bought. So again, don't really have anything into it. $2.99. Maybe I got 5 or 10 cents into it if you want to split them out that way. And last but not least, and this came from a big soccer lot that I bought a while ago. This is a Neymar insert limited edition. So this would have been like, you get a couple of these in a 10 or something like that. But anyway, I got $5 for it. I was trying to hold out for a little more money, and then eventually I was like, don't really have anything into it. Neymar is a decent seller, but he's not Messi or Holland or any of those guys. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to take the $5, especially when I only have a few pennies into it. But that is it for the sales for right now. I have a few more that I've pulled, but I didn't even get the records yet. So maybe we'll do that in another video. We'll see. But this is it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. Please like this video if you enjoyed it. Leave a comment if you have something to say. And make sure you subscribe to the channel and ring the bell so you get notified of any future videos. And don't forget, every Wednesday, 8 o'clock Central Standard Time, I have live with Charlie and Stu the Goat. You don't want to miss it. That's a lot of fun. Thank you so much again. We'll see you soon.